Food processing is a transformation of raw ingredients into food or of food into other forms. Food processing typically takes clean, harvested crops or butchered animals products and use these to produce attractive, marketable, and often long shelf life food products, similar to processes are used to produce animal feed. In food processing, focusing on microbiology, uses fermentation to process raw ingredients to another product. What is fermentation? Fermentation is defined as a chemical change using microorganisms. It is any metabolic process in which microorganisms' activity creates a desirable change in food and beverages, whether it is increasing flavor, preserving food, and even providing health benefits. So, what are types of fermentation? The first is lactic acid fermentation, where yeast strains and bacteria convert starches of sugar into lactic acid, requiring no heat and preparation. This method makes sauerkraut, pickles, kimchi, yogurt, and sourdough bread. Next is the fermentation of alcohol or ethanol fermentation, where yeast break pyruvate molecules, the output of the metabolism of glucose known as glycolysis, into alcohol and carbon dioxide molecules. Alcoholic fermentation produces wine or beer. There are two stages of fermentation: the primary fermentation and the secondary fermentation. The primary fermentation, in this brief phase, microbes begin rapidly working on raw ingredients such as fruit, vegetable, or dairy. The microbes' presence or in surrounding liquids prevent putrefying bacteria from colonizing the food instead. Yeast or other microbes convert carbohydrates into other substances such as alcohols and acid. In secondary fermentation, the time needed lasts for several days or even weeks. There, alcohol level rises and yeast and microbes die off because of scarcity of available food source. Winemakers and brewers use secondary fermentation to create their alcoholic beverages. The pH ferment can differ significantly from when it started out, which affects the chemical reactions taking place between microbes and their environment. Once alcohol is between 12% to 15%, it kills the yeast, preventing further fermentation. Distillation is needed to remove water, condensing alcohol content to create a higher percentage of alcohol, or proofing. Fermented food are rich in probiotics. Probiotics aid the immune system because the gut produces antibiotic, anti-tumor, antiviral, and antifungal substances, and pathogens do not do well in the acidic environment that foods create. Fermentation can increase the vitamins and minerals in food and make them more available for absorption. Fermentation increases B and C vitamins and enhances folic acid, riboflavin, niacin, thiamine, and biotin. The probiotic enzymes and lactic acid in fermented foods facilitate the absorption of these vitamins and minerals into the body.